Now, we all know about the quiet Australians, as Scott Morrison calls them. It's a new phrase, but they're not new people. Menzies called them the forgotten people. Under John Howard, they became known as Howard's battlers. I've always referred to them as the great Australian mainstream. It's no surprise that most of us, really, it's the people who get on with their lives. They aren't preoccupied with silly politicking and virtue signalling and stunts and partisan abuse. People who don't argue on Twitter, people who don't turn up at stupid protests, people who know the value of hard work, want the best for their families and know how wonderful their country is as well, and they appreciate and respect their fellow citizens, and they don't feel the need to parade their moral superiority over others. Thank goodness for them. They are the backbone of this country and the core constituency of our democracy, of course. But who are the loud Australians? Well, apart from the Twitter ferals and the Green Left protesters like Extinction Rebellion and the union activists and the school strike supporters and the shouty lefties on the ABC, apart from all of them, the other group of loud Australians is our former Prime Ministers. In the last week or so, we've heard from Paul Keating, Kevin Rudd, Tony Abbott and now Malcolm Turnbull. Apparently Turnbull, at a private farewell function on the weekend, encouraged his supporters to be loud Australians when it comes to climate change policies. Coincidentally, the same weekend, it was a 10-year anniversary from the first time Malcolm Turnbull lost the Liberal leadership over climate policy. And yes, so this week it's 10 years since Kevin Rudd's emissions trading scheme was blocked. Since then, climate policy has helped end Rudd's leadership, Julia Gillard's prime ministership and Malcolm Turnbull's leadership a second time, of course. Yet Turnbull still talks about it as if it's the holy grail for future policy, as do those other leaders, by the way, who also stuffed it up. They refuse to listen to the good sense of the quiet Australians on climate policies. The loud Australians think they know better than mainstream Australians, which means there's only one thing stopping them getting their way. It's called democracy, and thank goodness it tends to work.